the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Turn 3 Racing Network as qualifying is underway. Sean Stevens has just posted the fastest time of qualifying at a 53.39. It'll get there sooner or later. There we go. Eric Laurie now takes over the top spot. Qualifying is underway. My name is K.R. Stolpenson. Thank you very much for joining me for the AAMCO transmissions of Richmond, Kentucky, presented by PJ Cox. So as everyone gets their qualifying lap in, we are now watching the 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. make his way across the start-finish line. And SDK is going and shutting down on me left and right. Ah, this is great. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Kody Neagles in the 6, rolling out for his qualifying time. Just about a minute 15 left to go in qualifying. So with that said, we are going to step away for the national anthem. No one going where. We'll be back with tonight's starting lineup.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as the drivers are taking to the grid. That means it is time to go through tonight's starting lineup for the AAMCO transmissions of Richmond, Kentucky, presented by PJ Cox. Gabe Butler in the 88 with a quick time of 53.343. To his outside, the 40 of Peter DeBorgia. Row number 2 going to be the 44 of Anthony English and the 33 of Jeff Crosby. Vicente Guerrero in the 14 and Eric Laurie in the 071 making up row number 3. Row number 4, the 27 of Sean Stevens and the 19 of Zach Workman. Row 5, Jim Mayer and Mark Mann. Row number 6, the 47 of Richard Kuhn and Dude Conrad on the outside of that row. Row 7 going to be the 12 of Zach Fritsch and the 51 of Travis Elliott. Daniel Holloway and Dave Hunt make up row number 8. Row number 9, the 77 of David Booth and the 9 of Nate Warren. Row 10, the 15 of Jeff Crosby Sr. and the 50 of David Livingston. Stanley Jr. and Andy Brigante make up row number 11. Harold Rothery and Sebastian Marin for row number 12. Row 13, the 6 of Kody Neagles, and to his outside, that will be none other than PJ Cox in the 23. Cody Eldred, that's an odd name I haven't seen in a hot minute, and Richard Sanchez in the 510. Dan Harrington and Lynn McNeese make up the final row here tonight. 30 cars taking to the field, or 30 cars taking the green flag here tonight. Everyone rolling out in this field. Race number 19 of 22 in this season. Final race in the round of 16. It is your final chance to advance. Right now, Kody Neagles is the only driver locked in. Dave Hunt won last week. Kody Neagles won the first race of the round. Everyone else here going to either get in by a win or through points. Beware of the bump draft. This is the ARCA car. It doesn't match up, and it does not like a super aggressive bump draft, so be aware of that. One stage at halfway and one fast repair is available to the drivers here tonight. So as they make their way through turns 3 and 4, Liberty Fires stopping by to say hello. How you doing, Liberty? Thank you very much. Chevy Silverado going to get out of the way as it heads for pit road. Field now in control of Gabe Butler and Peter DeBorgia. 70 laps are scheduled distance here tonight. 30 cars, only one winner. Who's it going to be tonight? Let's find out. Green flag is in the air, and away we go. Butler in the 88. First one into turn number 1, but beware the momentum of that outside lane down the backstretch. Everyone seems to have gotten into fourth gear without a mishap, and now they continue to gain speed. They'll set their fastest lap time here in about the 3rd lap, meaning that they have finally achieved full speed. So Peter DeBorgia making an early move. Drops down in front of the 88 of Butler. Now here comes Jeff Crosby Jr. in the 33. He's got momentum on the high side, and here they come. First lap going to be led by the 33 of Jeff Crosby. The lap number 1 in the books. And Peter DeBorgia is your race leader. He is getting ready for that retrothon. Anyways, I was watching his stream last night, and he was playing some old games on the Nintendo that brought back some nostalgia. That's all I can say. It was enjoyable watch. So if you guys aren't ever doing anything and tired of watching me or hearing me talk about his racing, feel free to check him out at Mixmaster PJ on Twitch. Alan, how you doing, Alan? Right now, Zach Fritsch, tail end of this field. Started up front, but he has dropped all the way to the tail end. Gotta believe that is by design. So Fritchie in the 12 has some work to do. And now Peter DeBorgia in the 40 after leading a lap is going to drop down through the running order as well. Talladega, lots of room for 3 wide racing action, and they are already jumping up into that third lane. Right now, Zach Workman currently leads that lane. Gabe Butler and Jeff Crosby Jr. down on the bottom and middle lanes. Good, tight, close racing. Junior in the 33 gets his nose out ahead down the straightaway, but here comes Workman with a good group on the top lane, including the 51 of Travis Elliott. So now that we got 3 lanes here, it does create a bit of a traffic jam, and that no one can go anywhere until they try and make a 4th lane. So everyone just kind of stacked up right now. And so this is how we'll ride around for a little bit. Let's go on board with a driver in the thick of it. This is Sebastian Marin, right now finding himself in 19th spot. Marin has Cody Elgrid to his outside. 21 of Daniel Holloway just in front of me. '47 of Richard Kuhn in his Chevrolet Arca car that's in the middle of a storm. All kinds of blue lightning strikes going on that paint scheme. But Sebastian Marin trying to stay calm on the wheel. As we continue to race around here 3 wide at Talladega. So Alan's checked in. Liberty Fires is checked in. If you guys haven't said hello yet or said who you were cheering for, please do that. Always want to know who you're cheering for. Liberty, of course, is cheering for Mixmaster PJ, old Peter DeBorgia. Alan Fritsch be cheering for the 12 of Zach Fritsch. But go ahead and let me know who you guys are cheering for. Who you think's going to win the stage as the 21 of Holloway squeezes into the bottom lane. As we now start lap 8 of 70. I expect them to hit pit road around lap 15. (15 to 18) is where I expect them to hit pit lane. We have just one stage in this race, and that's coming at the halfway point. So if you can make it to lap 15, that opens up the fuel window to make it to the end of the stage. Go ahead and take a quick look at our point standings for this one as they come into the race here tonight. Kody Neagles, as I mentioned, the only driver who is locked in. Picked up the win 2 weeks ago, and then Dave Hunt picked up the win last week. Hunt was not a Championship 16 driver. So everyone else going to have to work into a points position above the cutoff line or win this race. Only the top 8 are going to advance. And so let's take a look at who has earned the most points in the last few races. That lets you know which drivers are on a bit of a hot streak. And if you're trying to get in on points, you want to be one of these drivers who is hot at the right time. Zach Fritsch, Zach Workman, and Vicente Guerrero, top 3 points earners in the last 3 races that we have had. Our stage winners this season, Peter DeBorgia with the most at 4. He gobbled all those up. Zach Fritsch tried to chew up a few more as well, and everyone else got the measly morsely crumbs. Right now, the entire field separated by 2.4 seconds. Peter DeBorgia, last car on the track. And you see the leaders up ahead. So DeBorgia playing this one safe. And he has dropped to the tail here. But 2.4 seconds, 2.2 seconds separating this entire field. First place to 30th place. Alan wants to know if I am flying solo tonight, and then yes, I am. There was no scheduled special guest as we got Nate Warren into the wall. He keeps it on the high side. Looks like he might be able to blend in behind the 40 of Peter DeBorgia. But he is losing time very quickly. He is still not up to full speed. I don't know. He may lose the draft here. And if Nate Warren loses the draft, he's going to need some help from a caution to get back into this thing. But yeah, Alan, I am by myself tonight. No scheduled special guest. And Miss Mara chiming in. She is cheering for the 04 of Mark Mann. Another lap in the books, and we're getting closer to that lap 15 mark. Third lane starting to fizzle out a little bit. 51 of Travis Elliott and the Mellow Yellow car leading the charge in the third lane, but they've got a full head of steam this time down the straightaway. Jeff Crosby Sr. in that 15. Pushing on Travis Elliott. They both move to the middle lane. That abandons the 17. As the 17 gets left high and dry. On board with Dude Conrad. Conrad tucked in tight behind the 04 Mark Mann. So they are starting to think about pit stops because everyone has abandoned a third lane. All right, now we got that third lane being used once again. Coming around to complete lap 15. No one on the pit road just yet. Nate Warren has fallen to almost 18 seconds behind this group. A tough break for Nate Warren. He's going to need some help to get back into this thing. Andy Brigante in the 17, battling with the 51 of Travis Elliott. Here comes the 15 of Jeff Crosby Sr. Right up from the middle lane. So these guys trying to stretch their fuel tanks as far as they can go. Keep in mind, oh, I said lap 30. It's going to be lap 35, halfway mark. Duh, KR. You're good grief. So as they continue to cycle around, one more lap should get them to that fuel window to make it to the end of the stage. Alan wants to know if they have one or two fast repairs tonight, and the answer is they have one fast repair. So quite a few drivers did drop to the back right away. And here comes our first group of drivers on the pit road. Eric Laurie in trouble. Oh, up over the hood of the 6. And Eric Laurie pointed the wrong direction. You get it sorted and gets back to the throttle. So that was about half the field that came down pit road. Richard Roberts chiming in. Now Dave Hunt is our race leader. And Mark Mann, very aggressive entry on the pit road. See if he got it slowed down in time or not. Jeff Crosby Sr. did serve a speeding penalty when he came onto pit road. Got caught speeding. Sean Stevens and Richard Kuhn, the two drivers who have not made a pit stop yet. Nate Warren has been on and off of pit road. Eric Laurie getting past there with Harold Rothery. And now the final two cars come down pit road to hit that pit stop. So Mark Mann, when this cycles through, along with Sebastian Marin tucked in tight behind him, will be our race leaders. John Stevens on and off of pit road trying to get up to speed, but going to get passed by the 04. Richard Roberts says it seems like the same race as that one on Monday. It is the same league, but this is their feeder series, so to speak. It's Dave Hunt and Zach Fritsch challenge for the race lead. Wednesday and Saturday, OP Racing has their feeder series. Anyone can join on Wednesday and Saturday. Monday night is an invite only. You have to come and do some feeder races and then get called up to the Monday series. And we go back to 3 wide racing. This stage going to end at the completion of lap 35 is Les Levy racing. I don't believe he is out there tonight. Jim Mayer in the 95 has a new fast lap at a 48.53. The 15 of Jeff Crosby Sr., the only car not on the lead lap. You could throw in Nate Warren as well. Nate Warren, the first car, 1 lap down. And so for a second lap in a row, Jim Mayer sets a fast lap of the race at a 48.233. So Jim Mayer working hard to catch up to this field. Nate Warren in the 9 blending in. So Nate Warren and Jeff Crosby Sr., the 2 cars not on the lead lap. Senior went a lap down for a speeding penalty. And Nate Warren got into the wall and lost the draft. We have been caution free so far. We are going to have at least 1 caution in this race. Promise you there'll probably be more. But here in about 10, 11 laps, we will be at the end of the stage. And so Sebastian Marin out in front. Peter DeBorgia has a new fast lap at a 48.02. So business picking up out there. Everyone really pushing hard. DeBorgia now has the fast lap of the race at a 48.02. Richard Roberts, yes, Monday night would be like the NASCAR Cup Series for this league. And then Wednesday would be the Xfinity Series, and Saturday would be the trucks, and the trucks do run on Saturday. But Wednesday night runs the ARCA, the trucks, and the B cars here in iRacing. So they do cycle through all 3. So this first pack separated by a half second. Jim Mayer in the 95. Tail car of this lead group. Just a half second behind the race leader. And then we have a second pack of cars forming up. And that is being led by the 14 of Vicente Guerrero. So this pack going to have to try and warm up and stay smooth and lay down some quick laps if they wish to catch up to the race leaders and try and win this stage. No, go ahead, Richard. Absolutely ask all the questions you'd like. I am in the booth by myself. I'm easily distracted and boarded. I'm easily boredom. I get confused easily, so yeah. Having you ask me questions keeps me entertained. Keeps you entertained. Let's all have some fun. The drivers are out there having fun right now, I'll tell you. Mixing it up 3 wide. They're doing all they can. The 6 of Kody Neagles took some of that damage from the incident with Eric Laurie, and now he is up and out of the way into the wall a little bit. So now 3 cars are 1 lap down. Liberty. Yeah, I know I'm not alone. I'm with you guys. What I meant by alone is no one on the mic with me. So I do rest my voice and take liberal doses of adult beverages in between, so the throat is well lubricated. Tonight is a mixture of the mountains of bush, lots of bushes in the mountains, and some buffaloes being traced in the mountains, I guess. Yeah, that's what I'm drinking. Double fisting it. So the 23 is Sebastian Merritt, now the race leader. Down on the bottom line. This pack has pulled away from the second pack. At one point it was 2 seconds, now it's opened up to 5 seconds. There's Les Levy. How you doing, Les? So the second group of cars decided that they were going to battle it out amongst themselves instead of trying to form up and catch up to the lead pack, which is fine. Everyone is allowed to run their race their way. But we are closing in on the final few laps of the opening stage. We are within the range that should we get a caution, if they get to the start-finish line here before a caution comes out, the next time, the next flag will end the stage. How you doing, Les? You have not missed any crashes. We have been caution-free in the opening stage. Lots of lead changes. Nate Warren has gotten into the wall. He has gone 1 lap down because he lost the draft. Jeff Crosby Sr. is 1 lap down because he got caught speeding on pit road. And Kody Neagles is 1 lap down because he has extensive damage from an incident getting onto pit lane with Eric Laurie, where Eric Laurie spun in front of him, and Kody Neagles hit him in the back bumper and up and over they went. So Kody Neagles has a little bit of damage. He is a bit slow because of that damage, so he's just trying to get to the end of the stage. But Neagles is already locked in, so kind of a throwaway race for him at this point. And outside of that, other than jockeying for position, those are the main storylines right now. Cody Eldred's back in the race. Been a hot minute since we've seen Cody. All right, so Sebastian Marin, Zach Fritsch, and Mark Mann leading their respective lanes. Zach Fritsch at one point was at the tail end of this field, but points are starting to be on the line, so Zach has found a way to be up in front to try and get some stage points. He is the only other driver besides the 40 of Peter DeBorgia to win more than one stage, and those two are running nose to tail in the third lane. Watch out for that. If you'd like to check out Zach Fritch's stream, it's over at Fritchie on Twitch. That's what's on his car. Fritchie. Yeah. You go over there, tell him I sent you. Tell him I said hi. And tell him to push that throttle a little bit harder. He's not going fast enough. So Sebastian Marin has the advantage coming off of turn number 4. Gonna get 2 laps to go in this stage. That second group now almost 6 seconds behind. Richard, that's a very good question. And a lot of it has to do with they just haven't decided to crash yet. It's hit or miss. There has been quite a few of these Wednesday night races where we've already had 4 or 5 yellows at this point. But tonight has been a clean race. Everyone giving lots of room right now. And they're all just trying to get to the end of the stage. Being very respectful, not hitting anybody too hard, but here we go. Coming to the final lap for the stage. Going to get one more time around. Better believe it is about ready to get mixed up here. Gabe Butler in the 88 making a bold move. Goes from the top to the bottom. He now has the race lead, but he pulls out ahead just a little bit too far. Mark Mann being pinched down tight by the 12 of Zach Fritch, but Gabe Butler having that full head of steam out in front. Zach Fritch can't quite make things happen, and the second group, the group behind him, has crashed. Caution flag comes out. Gabe Butler going to win the stage, as I believe he was out in front when that happened. But the second group has had an incident. Sean Stevens going up and over. .41 getting into the 50, a very bad bump in the middle of the corner. Lynn McNeese involved, David Livingston, David Booth. And you can see that bright red car, second car in the outside lane, getting to the left rear of the 50. That is not where you want to be. You want to be in the right side. Heavy contact, the 41 continues on, and then the chaos behind them. Let's go on board with the Demon Tech 82. And on the pit road they come, and the 88 of Gabe Butler leads the entire field. As Gabe Butler's first stage win of the season, and that is huge because he was just 1 point above the cutoff line. 4-tire stop for the driver of the 88. A lot of 2-tire stops, but the 88 is down and away. And let's see if we can get a quick word in with the driver who wins the stage. That is the 88 of Gabe Butler. Gabe, you got your ears on, bud?
I do, KR. How you doing, man?
Not too bad, not too bad. You got your first stage win of the season, and it comes at an opportune time You were just 1 point above the cutoff line entering this race here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big stage win there. That'll certainly help, and a bit of breathing room, but it's still tight.
Well, I'll tell you what, that 88 looks very fast, and quite the bold move you made, going from, I think you made the move from the middle lane up to the top, and then cleared everyone and sliced down to the bottom.
Yeah, the run was coming from the top, but I was so hot behind Mark, I was either going to blow up or just have to completely back off of me either way. So I had an opportunity to go to his outside, get it cooled off, get down to the bottom, and got lucky with the caution there and got the stage win. So we'll take it.
All right, man. Well, nice job on winning the stage. Made a couple of your fans happy here in YouTube chat. So shout outs, thank yous you'd like to give?
I just show that to the boys I'm running with tonight. You know, Dude and Eric, Peter, and shout out to the rest of the guys in OP for fun racing there.
All right, man. Well, nice job, and once again, congratulations.
Thank you, KR.
All right, that is the driver of the number 88, Gabe Butler. I thank his teammates, Dude Conrad, Eric Laurie, and Peter DeBorgia. All right, so field peeling off, or some of them peeling off for pit road. Gonna top off their fuel tanks, then rejoin at the tail end of the longest line. Roberts wants to know if Gabe is really from Ireland. Yes, he really is from Ireland, but currently lives in Florida, I believe, is what it's supposed to be, if I remember correctly. So the lights are out on the Chevy Silverado. We're going to get back after it in the second half of this race. All right, guys, so with that being said, let's see how you think this one is going to play out. Who do you think is going to win this race? Gabe Butler picked up the stage win. Let me know who you think is going to win. And if you guys are enjoying the show that these drivers are putting on for you, feel free to hit that thumbs up button. Silverado has left the field in charge of Zach Fritsch and Sebastian Marin. Into the restart zone we go. Green flag is out, and we are back underway. Richard wants to know if these are different cars. Yes, they are different cars. These are what's called the ARCA series. And they are like decommissioned cup cars from many years ago. These were the cup cars that ran in like 2002 to 2005, I want to say. That is what that body is, the 2002 to 2005 body. It's the car that came out, or it was the car that the Cup Series used before they went to the COT, or Car of Tomorrow. So Zach Fritsch, Sebastian Marin still running side by side. Third lane starting to shape up. Liberty Fires wants to know if they got rid of the trucks. I do believe that the regular season champion got to pick the cars for these 3 races. And the regular season champion decided they wanted the ARCA cars. All right, so with the reset of the stage and everything, Nate Warren and Kody Neagles, 2 cars not on the lead lap. Jeff Crosby Sr. did get back on the lead lap. We ride on board with Cody Eldred. I do expect a little bit more of the same as far as the strategy here in this stage. Everyone going to try and get to about 18 to 20 laps to go. Oh no. Oh no. Richard Roberts works with Les Levy. Oh, OMG. OMG. Roberts, we're gonna have to get you to start cheering for somebody better. Oh, you poor thing. Oh, you poor. Les Levy has been lying to you about this. Everything he has said has been an absolute fallacy. And anything he said about me is completely true. Is completely not true. All right, so the field right now, everyone on the lead lap is within 2 seconds of each other. Jeff Crosby Sr. in the 15, last car on the lead lap. But you throw in the 2 lap down cars who are in the middle of this mix as well, and our whole field is within 2 seconds of each other. So Senior making a move down to the inside. Kody Neagles had an opportunity. I'm not sure if he used a fast repair or not. Oh, Les works for you. Oh, so he's been lying to you for a long time. Trying to tell you that he's way better than what he actually is. You should probably cut his pay. Actually, no, don't cut his pay. Give him a raise. I think you should give him a raise because he's a straight shooter as far as I can tell, and not afraid to tell you what he's feeling. And you need people like that around you. So Zach Fritsch down on the bottom, 23 of Sebastian Marin in the middle, and the mellow yellow 51 of Travis Elliott all the way up top. The 3 wide racing with 25 laps to go. When we get down to about 18 laps to go, if we haven't had a caution, that's when I expect to see these guys hit pit road once again. But it could go either way. Never quite sure how this is going to play out. On board with Richard Sanchez, who's in the mix right now. Just ahead of him, that is Dude Conrad in the 8. Stanley Jr. in the 41-2 is inside. There's Nate Warren. First car 1 lap down to the outside, up ahead. Sanchez slicing down on the inside, just in front of Stanley Jr. So Kody Neagles riding around right now. He is the last car in this group. Last car on the speedway. Last car in timing and scoring. He's the last car right now. But he is not too worried about it. Did win 2 weeks ago, advancing his way into the round of 8. 2 races in the round of 8. That kicks off next week at Daytona International Speedway, the Legacy Daytona. So it will be the bumpy one for the HR Racing 175. Make sure you tune in for that one next week. Just 2 races in the round of 8 to determine who our championship 4, who those drivers will be. And then our Butt Kicker Championship, that is May 10th, just a few days before my birthday. And that will be taking place at Talladega. Down to 22 laps to go. Fuel window going to open up here in just a handful of laps. And so we'll start to see these guys migrate down to the bottom lane. But right now, everyone's still scrambling, trying to get into a better position than where they currently are. These cars are a little bit wobbly. They don't really like the bump draft, and so whenever you get a bump from behind, it kind of upsets the car a little bit. And that will cause you to wiggle around. All right, so the top 3 have really not been able to make any moves. As I said earlier, once you get into this 3-wide situation and you really kind of just create a traffic jam, essentially. No one can start moving anywhere. And that 3rd lane fizzling out as we're getting even closer to a green flag pit stop. Les wants to see who is in a must-win. Now, keep in mind, Les, these points do not reflect stages or the stage that has happened. Now, here you go. This is how they started the race here tonight. Travis Elliott found a spot to slide in. So we're back to 2 wide. Eric Glory, I'd say, is about the only one, aside from you, who is in a must-win situation. But even he could come away with a good, solid run. I did not know how he ended up in the stage. So back to 2 wide racing. And the fuel window will be open. I expect to see a few cars come down pit road. And yeah, Les, you're going to be eliminated because you're not above the cut line, don't have a race win, and this is the final race. So here comes the first group of drivers on the pit road. As Jim Mayer, Anthony English, Peter DeBorgia, and Daniel Holloway. And now here's where the strategy comes in. Oftentimes we see that first group that hits pit road is the ones that come away with the race lead when everything cycles through. However, they have hit pit road towards their limit on the fuel tank. Should we go into a green-white checkered attempt or 2, we have 2 of them if we need to. I don't think they'll have enough fuel to make it, especially if they are long green-white checkered attempts. Everyone else trying to get a few more miles out of the fuel tank in anticipation of those green-white checkered attempts being used. Next time around, I think we're going to see a very, very busy pit road. And Roberts wants to know why they're only in 2 rows. Because we are getting ready for green flag pit stops. As you see the 51 of Travis Elliott, who prefers the 3rd lane. He's found a spot to get down on the pit road, and it's much easier to hit pit road from that bottom lane than from all the way in the top shelf. And that's why everyone now is down on the bottom. Here comes a huge pile of cars on the pit road. Over half that group on the pit lane. Lots of tire smoke as they lock the brakes up. Looks like everyone on the pit road cleanly. Top 12 cars have not hit pit road. And now with 15 laps to go, 23 of Sebastian Marin is your race leader. Gabe Butler, our stage winner, finding himself in 2nd place. David Overstreet chiming in. How you doing, David O? Welcome. Thank you very much for coming by. Once again, guys, if you are enjoying the show that these drivers are putting on, don't hesitate to hit that thumbs up. They do appreciate it. It does nothing for me. I receive no bonus. I receive no benefit. But if you guys are enjoying the show, do hit that thumbs up. All right, so here's our first group that hit pit road, the 95 of Jim Mayer. Full head of steam as that second group that hit pit road is blended up onto the racetrack. And the final group, Sebastian Marin, just now leading that group off of pit lane. And so they are going to blend in here. But Jim Mayer in the 95. Got a choice to make here. Do you go all the way up to the 3rd lane or do you give a shove? And he is going all the way up to the 3rd lane, but there is no 3rd lane because the track was being blended in from the group that just came off of pit road. Sebastian Marin, your race leader. So Sebastian Marin and Zach Workman trying to work together and push each other very hard. Zach Fritsch in the 12 and Richard Sanchez in the 510. Make quick work of them. We're down to 13 laps to go. Zach Fritz, your race leader. Richard Sanchez making a move to the outside. Sanchez gets turned by contact with the 51. The 12 goes around. Somehow he saves it. We're still green. Now the 33 is turned. No caution. Jeff Crosby Sr. is able to continue on, and now the yellow flag comes out. And that was a crash that took all of turn 3 and 4 to develop. And Jeff Crosby Jr., who looked like maybe he was minding his own business, getting caught up in this. All right, let's go on aboard with the 33. Sanchez, Zach Fritz making contact. The 33 is like all clear, and all of a sudden he gets contact and turned. Smacks the inside wall. So Zach Fritz spinning, Zach Workman spinning, and then Lynn McNeese gets punted up the track. And Crosby Jr. hard impact driver's side into that inside wall. And so yellow flag is out for the second time here tonight. Richard Sanchez is your race leader. David O, you know I watch donkey shows if they're available. All right, so caution flag is out. I'm going to take a quick moment to step away. No one go anywhere. We'll be back to bring you tonight's finish here in the AAMCO Transmissions of Richmond, Kentucky, presented by PJ Cox.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Thank you very much for joining me here tonight. Hope you guys have enjoyed the show. I know I have. Lights have gone out on the Chevy Silverado. Don't worry, there's a recall for that. As a GM technician, I can say that with full confidence that if you bring it to me for the recall, I probably will find a new way to break it. That being said, how y'all doing? Into the final few laps here, inside of 10 laps to go when we get the green flag. We will use 2 attempts at a green-white checkered, should we need to. I think I might have to sneeze. Sneeze confirmed. Alrighty, here we go. Pace truck down and away. Richard Sanchez, Daniel Holloway leading this field to the green flag. Gonna have 9 laps to go when she drops. And away we go once again. Already trying to make it 3 wide. Sebastian Marin up on the high side. Around the 17 of Andy Regante. Travis Elliott in the 51 trying to block the 21, but can't do it. Holloway now with the momentum out in front. Sanchez down on the yellow line. Holloway drops down in front of the 51. Back on the lead lap is the 6 of Kody Neagles. And let me tell you, he is wasting none of that time in the back of the pack. He is working his way forward. Kody Neagles already moving forward. He is now in 14th spot up in the 3rd lane. And that is the power of having that lane moving. There is only so much movement that can happen now that it is being shut down and blocked. And now you got to make the right moves at the right time. So Kody Neagles getting back into the mix of this after spending most of this race 1 lap down. Sebastian Marin in the 23 leading that 3rd lane. We will see these guys get 4 wide. Just not sure when. Nate Warren in the 9, the only car not on the lead lap. He and Harold Rothery at the tail end of this field. But they are both within 2 seconds of the race leader. Holloway in the 21 in the middle lane. Sebastian Marin in the 23 up on the top shelf. That bright yellow machine, that is Richard Sanchez in the 510. So far, nobody is out of this race. I know some fast repairs have been burned. And the reason why this is important is because the closer we get to the end of this thing, the tighter they are going to race to each other. And the more that we're going to see tensions rise. David Overstreet says it best. A storm is brewing. Absolutely a storm is brewing, and we might see these guys 4 wide here in a second. They're coming around with 5 laps to go. The 88 of Gabe Butler making it 4 wide. He jumps up to the very high side. Gabe Butler, our stage winner. Not a lot of room for him up there. He is trying to make something happen. 4 wide with David Booth in the 77, Dude Conrad in the 8. They are making it work, but not for long. Into the wall they go, off of each other. No caution yet. And that is not what Butler wanted. Because if there's no caution, Gabe Butler has no hope of catching this field. And he needed to have a good run. A stage win is not going to get it done for him here tonight, with everyone surging out ahead of him. Nate Warren, the only driver in this group that is now behind Gabe Butler in the championship contention. And that is a tough, tough break for the driver of the 88. But this one is not done yet. So as both David Booth and Gabe Butler fall behind and lose the draft until we get another caution, and we might get one here as Peter DeBorgia fights off Andy Rigante's contact. Gonna get 3 laps to go. Three more times around. Kody Neagles trying to pop into the top 10 after spending most of this race 1 lap down. Anthony English in the 44 came into this race 15 points below the cut line. Now has a shot with a good points run and leading the lane on the high side. Has that shot of pointing his way in. 2 laps to go this time around. If we get to the white flag, we will not go into extra laps. I don't know, guys. I don't know if we can make this happen or not. I highly doubt we get to the white flag with everyone pushing as hard as they are. Here comes the 51. He's going to try and make it 4 wide, but nope. That was just a good camera angle. The 51 stays tucked in behind the 21. I thought he was going to try and squeeze it in there. Sanchez in the 510. Down on that yellow line. Here they come off of turn number 4, racing to the start-finish line. And if we get the white flag, this one is all but done. Off the nose of Sebastian Marin, final lap, white flag, one more time around. And Dude Conrad in the 8, in trouble through turns 1 and 2, and that has scattered the field here a little bit. But Sebastian Marin in the 23, your race leader. Travis Elliott in the 51, trying to make something happen. Elliott could use a win or a very good finish. Second place is a solid finish. Don't throw it away here, Travis Elliott. Here comes Sebastian Marin. Elliott contact with the 95 of Jim Mayer. He's going to get collected. And Sebastian Marin in the 23 is going to win the race. And this one is done and over with. And the 23 of Sebastian Marin comes away with his first win of the season. And he is not even a championship contender. Dave Hunt won last week as a non-championship contender. Sebastian Marin wins this week as a non-championship contender. And a solid run for the 23. Richard Sanchez brings it home in second. Vicente Guerrero third. Fourth, Peter DeBorgia. And rounding out the top 5 is David Livingston. As they celebrate, let's take a look and see what happened to Dude Conrad. Eric Laurie gets turned. Conrad slams the outside wall. Lynn McNeese in the 84 involved as well. Take another look here. And then the battle at the front was a heck of a battle to get to the checkered flag. Roberts wants to know, when is next race of the league? Next race is on Saturday night. That'll be on Max Speed TV. And then following will be Monday here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, and then next Wednesday. As the 23 continues to celebrate, let's get our post-race show. Fire it off. Gotta find Seabass. I'm not sure where. There he is. I found him. Sebastian Marin, this KR up in the booth. How you doing winning a race tonight?
Just coming in, stealing one, just having a little fun.
Stealing one is the correct term. But however, I think everyone was put on notice that 23 was out in front quite a bit here tonight.
Yeah, it sure was. I was quite aggressive tonight, just kind of seeing what can I get away with. Of course, I didn't want to wreck out any of the playoff guys, so I was still wary of that. But, you know, judging that I was mostly by myself all race, I was pretty aggressive with the side draft to hold my own ground. So, yeah, luckily I maintained track position, because I feel like if I lost it, it would have been almost impossible to get through it with all the teammates lined up out front.
Well, man, this number 23 picks up the first win of the season. Not a championship contender, but still always feels good to get that win.
Yes, sir, it sure does. You know, just been doing other stuff on Wednesdays, so I wasn't here throughout the season. But I'll still show up every now and then, do the race. I really like the Wednesday series, especially now that they're doing the ARCA cars. I really like racing them. It seems like a lot of the field enjoys it, and they can race really well. So I'll definitely be here every now and then, especially if the ARCA car is up to race. So.
All right, man. Well, nice job. Shout outs, thank yous, I love yous. Anybody you need to give a virtual hug to?
Yeah, I'll give a shout out to Kody and Vicente. They were in the race. I was working with them. They were kind of stuck in the back most of the race, so couldn't really work with them as much as I probably wanted to, especially since they're in the playoffs. But yeah, shout out to them. Shout out to you for putting on this broadcast, and shout out to OP for putting on this league. I really hope they keep the ARCA car and then maybe make the ARCA the main car, because I really like racing these things.
All right, well, there you have it. That is Sebastian Marin, our race winner. Nice job, Seabass.
Thank you.
Driver of the 23, your race winner, still celebrating, still trying to blow that engine up. Hasn't got there yet. Maybe he just finally did. All right, now let's move on to our driver who finished in second place. And that is the 510 of Richard Sanchez. Mr. Sanchez, how you doing, bud?
What's going on, buddy?
Man, I'll tell you what, great race out there tonight for you.
It's a pretty good race overall, I think, for the whole, league.
Yeah, I gotta say, that was a great race. Very clean race. Just 3 cautions in total, I think, here tonight. 2 or 3. something like that. But yeah, man, nice job coming home in second place, leading quite a few laps. Tell us a little bit about your race.
Actually, I almost didn't make it. I think I got on the grid like 6 seconds left. I was a little late getting in here. But that was the plan, just to run in the back and hang out, and then try to move forward about the middle of the race. And biggest thing is avoid the problems when they come up, and I seem to be able to do that. And got in a little one there at the end, but didn't kill us. So overall, good race.
Well, man, I gotta agree with you. I thought it was a great race, and everyone having a good time out there. So, Sanchez, shout outs, thank yous you'd like to give?
OP putting on such good leagues. To the broadcast, always putting on good shows for us, and the wife for allowing me to do this.
All right, man. Well, nice job once again. Congratulations. A solid second place here tonight.
Thank you, sir. We'll see you next time.
Absolutely. That is Richard Sanchez, our second place finisher of the night. But now let's move on to our third and final step of the podium. Excuse me 1 minute. Gotta kill a spider. Okay, got it. Sorry. Had to kill the guy dropping down from the ceiling right in front of my face. Can't have that. Yeah, not cool. All right, Vicente Guerrero, our third place finisher here tonight. Let's see if we can't fire up the driver of the number 14. Vicente, you got your ears on, bud?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
For sure. Vicente, you bring it home in third place here tonight. A solid run for you. You came into the race 9 points above the cutoff line, finishing third place here tonight. Pretty sure you're going to advance on, but how's that feel?
It feels pretty good to advance. If I do advance to the second round, it'll feel good. Fortunately, I didn't make it in the playoffs in the Monday series, but at least I have something to look forward to on Wednesdays. So.
Well, man, it was great watching you guys out there. That 14, one of the cars that kind of had a sneakily quiet run up front all night long, avoided a lot of issues. Tell us a little bit about your race and what you saw out there.
The racing was good. I just was picking and choosing carefully where I wanted to be. I did have a couple mistakes in pit road today, so it cost me a few spots on the track on the green, and there was a late caution there. There was maybe two or three cars that got wrecked. We all checked up, so I'm kind of happy the caution came out because we all checked up to avoid what was going to happen, potential bigger wreck. So I was happy they threw the caution and brought us back to that lead pack. So I knew I needed to work myself up there pretty quick. It was cutting down on laps, and it said, well, I'll just stay on the third. I see Seabass leading the outside, and I think Anthony was also out there, so I followed with them, and gained some positions there. And then pretty much the third lane stalled out. I could feel it in the car and the momentum, the engine speed, the noise, and I fell in the middle, and I seen that everybody was trying to juggle for positions there, and I just split 1 and 2 lanes and made it a 4 wide, and I don't know what happened there coming to the line. Somebody got loose or something, or got hit in the wrong way and caused a wreck there coming to the line. So I'm happy I finished in the third spot there.
Well, man, nice job on that third place finish. Shout outs, thank yous. I love yous. If you want to give me a hug, you can. That's fine as well.
Yeah, sure. I'll give you an air hug or a voice hug. And then, and I want to thank OP for having a pretty good series. It's starting to grow on me. Like I said, every time I come in here, I'm just a little bit upset for Monday. I wish I could have made that playoff spot, but it just gets me hungrier. So I appreciate OP putting on this league here. You for broadcasting to my teammates today, Seabass and Kody, for helping me whenever they can.
All right, man, there you have it. That is Vicente Guerrero. Once again, nice job, Vicente.
Thanks, KR.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, nothing left but to go through our results here tonight to talk about everyone else who did not make it on the podium. Sebastian Marin, Richard Sanchez, Vicente Guerrero are podium finishing drivers. Peter DeBorgia, David Livingston round out your top 5. Cody Eldred brings it home in 6th. Kody Neagles finishes in the top 10, makes it into 7th place. Anthony English 8th. 9th goes to Travis Elliott. And Dave Hunt rounds out your top 10. Then it's Stanley Jr., Jim Mayer, Andy Brigante, Daniel Holloway, and Richard Kuhn for 10th through 15th. Jeff Crosby Sr. in 16th. 17th goes to PJ Cox. 18th place, the 12 of Zach Fritsch. 19th goes to Mark Mann in the 04. Zach Workman finishing in 20th. 21st goes to the 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. Sean Stevens, 22nd. 23rd, Dan Harrington. Eric Laurie, 24th. 25th, Lynn McNeese. 26th, Harold Rothery. Gabe Butler, 27th. 28th, David Booth. Duke Conrad, 29th. And 30th goes to Nate Warren. So that'll wrap it up. Thank you very much, guys, for joining me here tonight. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Les, don't be late to work tomorrow. Richard Roberts, thank you very much for joining us. Make sure you ask all kinds of questions anytime in YouTube chat. Would love to help you understand what's going on. I always appreciate someone who asks questions because they're interested. So, guys, until next Monday night, that'll do it for me. However, make sure you tune in for Saturday night as the Truck Series is in its round of 16 as well. And that will be over on Max Speed TV, hosted by Joshua Medlock. So until then, guys, y'all stay safe and have a good night.